While there are several cases of items that I thrifted to flip online that took quite a long time to sell, there are many, thankfully, that sold very quickly. So in today's video, I'm going to share about $1,000 worth of sales that I've had over the past few months, solely of items that were very quick flips. So items that took 30 days or less to sell once I listed them on Poshmark. So these are items to be on the lookout for, and for one reason or another, they did sell quickly. Before we hop into the sales, I do want to thank Prime Lister for helping to generate all of these sales, as well as sponsoring today's video, because I've been using Prime Lister for quite a while now, and I just really can't tell you how much it has helped generate sales for me without me having to manually go into Poshmark, send out offers to likers, share the items in my closet, relist items. These are all things that I can just set up automatically on Prime Lister, and it just kind of does its thing, helps generate sales after I've thrifted, photographed, listed my items. It can then just work its magic and help me generate sales throughout the day. So I do pay $25 a month to use Prime Lister's Poshmark automation tool. I believe it is $20 a month if you pay for the whole year, and it is definitely very helpful in just doing the tasks that you probably don't want to do manually. It just saves a lot of time, generates more sales. That's at the end of the day what I need as a reseller. The thing that I like the most about Prime Lister that I have not found with other Poshmark automation services is that it is cloud-based. So I don't need to have a Chrome extension constantly running, aka have my computer up and running at all times. Because I think there's probably about a year straight that I had my computer just constantly on and running so that my Chrome extension could share items in my closet, relist items, and for it to just happen with my computer closed and turned off is very nice. Prime Lister offers a 14-day free trial that you can use to see if you like it, and you don't need to enter in your card information or anything, so they won't charge you unless you decide after the trial that you really like it and want to continue using it. Then you can put your card information in, and it will actually give you 30% off your first month using the link in my description. So thank you again to Prime Lister for sponsoring today's video, and let's hop into the sales. Okay, so I did decide to switch it up a little bit in how I'm sharing my sales. I have seen a few other reseller YouTubers share their sales this way by just going through their listings. I know Caleb Sells is one that I've been really liking lately. I learned a lot of good men's brands from him. Kaylee Elaine is another one. I think I've seen Mogi Beth do her what solds this way, so I am trying it out. I'm just gonna walk through the sales on Poshmark so you can actually see how I listed them, my descriptions, titles, pictures, all of that. I think it's a really helpful way to see other people's items. I'll probably show my spreadsheet a little bit too when talking about the items, but that's the plan for today. So here we go. So the first item to sell was this Patagonia Kids Los Gatos Fuzzy Fleece Zip Up Hoodie. And this was a kids item. I am so picky with kids items. I almost never pick them up unless it's Patagonia or probably Aviator Nation, or there is one other kids item I think in this roundup, but for the most part I do pass on kids items. But I did want to grab this Patagonia, sold for $25, very quick flip. I love selling these Patagonia fleece jackets. They are a very quick flip a majority of the time, and this one was no different, so love picking up Patagonia. Another Patagonia item, this is a Patagonia lightweight nylon outdoor skirt, sold for $24. I think most of us probably know what the Patagonia tag looks like, but there it is. And that is really it for this one. It was lightweight. I can't remember if I got this at the bins. Let's see. I did get this at the bins. $1.98. Sold in 29 days, quick flip. I really love to come by Patagonia when I can find it, and sometimes I'll even pay, you know, $5, $6, $7, $8 for it at a regular Racks Goodwill. So it's not solely a bins pickup for me, but it typically does sell 20, 30, 40, kind of depending how new the item is and what the category is. All right, then we've got a few Madewell items. So this is a pair of Madewell 11-inch high-rise flare jeans. These sold for $35 on Poshmark. And Madewell, let's see, there's the brand tag. Madewell, I always want to check the year it was released. So not on this tag, but the care tag, there's a little tag under the care tag that says when it was released. So it'll say like spring 18 or fall winter 23, or it'll tell you the season and the year, which I do think is really helpful in deciding whether or not to pick it up, just because I usually will pass on older styles. But as far as jeans go, high rise is great. A flare, wide leg, tapered leg, all seem to do pretty well. And these ones sold, under 30 days, so quick flip. Next up is a Madewell pair of perfect vintage jeans. These were a same day flip, super, super fast flip. And again, a newer style, tapered leg. I do like to find the wash, which you can always look up by looking at the style number, which is again on that same tag under the care tag that has the release date. It also has the style number, so you can quickly Google it, find a stock photo typically, sometimes, or at least find a little bit more about the item, the wash, all of that. So good flip, sold for $32. I think that was a bins pickup, so good profit. But either way, even if I bought that at a regular thrift store, I wouldn't spend more than $8, $9 probably max. So in any case, that's a good profit there. Another Madewell item, this one sold very recently, July 13th, in I think 2 days. It's a camp shirt, short sleeve, collared, button up. It was 100% silk, felt very nice. It retailed, I think, at $108. So, the person definitely got a good price for that. It was a newer item. I want to say it was a year or two old. And it did have a couple stains on the back. So I, of course, called that out right here. I usually will just kind of specify where the stains are, where the flaws are, and include that. There's a stock photo. Sold for $23. Very quick, good flip. All right, then next up is this pair of Teddy Fresh cotton jogger loungewear sweatpants in a size extra large. Teddy Fresh is a brand I don't see very often, but I've had good luck with it in the past. I think a t-shirt I sold only sold for like $15, but a pair of sweats, or I know I sold a sweatshirt at one point. Can't remember how much. It was at least for $30. So especially if it's a bins pickup or you're not spending more than, $5 to $8, depending on what it is. Can be a very good profit there. These were in good condition, quick flip. But yeah, I really don't come across this brand very often. Let me know if you do, or if you've ever found it. This next one is an Essentials Fear of God kids t-shirt. Had a little typo there. And this sold for $32 on Poshmark. So that was a quick flip. Not too much to say about this one, but if I see this brand and it's, real, then I will pick it up. I think this on the tag is textured. You can feel it's kind of raised, a little like rubbery kind of a feeling. So good brand to be on the lookout for. Even a kid's item sold for $32. So you can imagine what an adult item would sell for this one. All right, next up is a pair of We the Free straight leg distressed jeans. And you can see here I put Free People in there. I usually will include Free People in with We the Free, or if it's an Anthropologie brand, I'll usually include Anthropologie. So I do think that potentially does help. Sold for $20, nothing major, but a bins pickup and a quick flip. So I'll take those all day. Then we have a couple pairs of Chubbies, and I actually just for the first time this year started finding Chubbies a little bit. I think I've sold it 3 times now this year and had never found it before that. So this is a brand I am on the lookout for now, and it sells quickly, typically, and this pair sold for $28. I know it does seem to typically sell right around that price point. So this is a good brand to be on the lookout for. And here's another pair of swim shorts, same price, sold for $28. I want to say these sold in like 2 days. Let's see. Oh, 1 day. 1 day for each of those. So very quick, very, very quick flip. Nothing major as far as profit, but still very solid, especially at the bins or, at a low cost of good. And if it's a fast flip, then that's a quick recouping your money and making a profit. So those are what I am here for. I love a fast flip, and This is a pretty solid brand to be on the lookout for. And I did learn, somebody asked in the comments here, if I could turn them inside out to see if they were a compression liner, or so if they were a brief liner or a panty liner. So that's something I now include. So here they're, I guess, a brief, but some of them do have the kind of underwear liner. So just a random thing to potentially include just for swim shorts, swim trunks in general. All right, next up is this pair of Everlane, the denim short, organic cotton shorts. These I found at a regular Goodwill racks. So let's see how much I paid for these. I paid $1.90, listed them at $38, and Primal Store sent out offers to likers. They sold for $30 with $2.02 taken out of my profit towards the shipping discount for the buyer. So sold for $30. I made a little over $20, $20.08. Sold in 3 days. Great flip. Oh wait, I thought I bought those at a regular Goodwill, but I guess I got those at the bins, it looks like. So yeah, Everlane, I do not grab everything. I'm a little bit particular when it comes to this brand. I'll look up the style, look up recent sold comps, look at the sell-through rate on eBay, and just get a good feel. So I've been burned in the past by picking up too much Everlane, so I'm definitely more picky these days. Okay, moving on. Next is a Lululemon Orange Theory Pima Cotton workout shirt. This I mainly grabbed because it was Pima Cotton. It seemed in very good condition. It still had the Lulu rip tag here. And if it were just an Orange Theory shirt but not Lululemon, I would not have picked it up. It was kind of the combination, the Lululemon factor, the Pima Cotton. It still was new. But typically I won't pick up branded items like that, as far as like if it were a gym, like 24 Hour Fitness or like Bar 3, or I usually wouldn't pick up something like that, but since it had those other factors, I did think it was a good item to grab. It was a bins pickup, sold for $20, fast flip, so not bad at all, very lightweight. So then another pair of Lululemon, these are the Align high-rise leggings in a size 4, sold for $45. Great flip. I can't remember if I grabbed these at the bins. $1.84. Yes, these were a bins pickup. Sold in 2 days. Left me with $34.16 in profit. So I'll pick up Lulu all day at the bins. Leggings. Yes. This is a pair of Mother Denim high-waisted hiker hover jeans. The wash was Inner Space. These sold for $65. I really like to sell Mother Denim. The jeans do well, and great profit. I think I priced these up a little higher. I'm pretty sure I priced them over $100 and then accepted an offer, but especially when you're buying at such a low cost of good, it's nice to have that wiggle room, and especially if you have a lot of wiggle room. But that's why I like to price my items up just a little bit if I know they are worth that, just because then even if someone sends me an offer that's like 40 or 50% off, it's still a very good sale price and still a good deal for the buyer as well, just because these jeans can retail for a couple $100s. So in the end, it is a win-win, especially if you're, being smart about the margins or how much you'll make even if you get such a steep offer. Then it just allows you to be able to accept offers, which I definitely do. So great sale. I'm always on the lookout for Mother. That's a brand I really like to find, and I wouldn't necessarily pay up for it if I found it at a thrift store. I guess it depends on the style, depends on the category, but if I find it at the bins and it's in good condition, it is 100% coming home with me. Next up is this Wilfred Aritzia Tempest blouse top. I used smocked, cottagecore, nature. This was a very cool item. I don't know if you can really see very well, but it had, some illustrations all over it of nature, leaves, birds, flowers. It was very pretty. Sold for $30. Let's see. Another bins pickup. I listed it at $45, accepted an offer for $30. and was left with $22.74 in profit, sold in 9 days. Great flip. Again, that's an example of it. On the brand tag it said Wilfred, and I added in Aritzia since that's the store it sold at. And I do think that can help it, just when people are looking up Aritzia versus the more specific brands within the store, they are more likely to come by an item like this versus if I didn't put Aritzia. So it's kind of just a theory, but I do tend to add that in just for extra chances of my items being found. Next up is this Aloe Yoga iconic oversized shopper tote bag. This sold for $30 very quickly. Another bins pickup, and this is kind of even an older Aloe Yoga bag if I remember right, because I think I found it maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, but it still sold quickly and it sold for $30. So Aloe is a good brand to be on the lookout for, and this tote in particular seems to still be doing pretty well. Then this Anthropologie moth pullover, the future is female sweater, sold on Poshmark for $32, sold quickly. Again, it's Moth is the brand, but knowing that it's sold at Anthropologie, I put Anthropologie in the title, in the description, and used Anthropologie as the brand umbrella. So that was a good sale. Had a little hole on the back, so I disclosed that in the listing. But yeah, very good flip. Super cute sweater. Then another Anthropologie item. This was the brand Sundry. So this is the tag. And these sweats sold for $25 on Poshmark. They were fleece lined, made in the US, high rise, elastic waist, jogger style. Kind of reminded me of Aviator Nation with the stripes down the leg, but a good style. And this brand can retail at a pretty high price point, so I like to find it, I like to sell it. Typically sells like 20 to 30-ish, maybe a little bit more depending what it is. So it could definitely sell for more depending what it is, but for loungewear, you know, this is a pretty, I would say, average sale price for this, but still a brand I like to find and get semi-excited to see. Okay, then this is a pair of frame Le Vintage Bermuda denim shorts in a size 28. These sold for $40, and that's a really good price for a pair of frame denim shorts. I'm happy with that. Let's see, these sold for full asking price. They were listed at $40, sold for $40. I made $30.08, sold in 8 days, bins pickup, so great sale there. And then I do have a whole nother page of these, so we'll continue on here. So the next item to sell within 30 days for, well, yeah, within 30 days. And that was this Spanx Suit Yourself V-neck tank top bodysuit shapewear, sold for $25. It was in excellent condition, had a V-neck line. Let's see, this is the Spanx tag, this red one. I do like to find bigger sizes in Spanx when possible, and very new, like conditioned items. So anything well loved, I'll probably leave behind, but their shapewear in excellent condition can sell pretty well. $25, sold quick. So I do still like to find and sell Spanx, definitely. Alrighty, then next up is this Urban Outfitters baggy corduroy cotton pants. These I found at the bins, sold them for $29. Urban Outfitters, I grab some, pass on some, depends on the item, depends on the style. These were definitely a style-based pickup. I mean, I like to sell Urban Outfitters, but these were a good style, just being baggy and corduroy, having these happy faces, and just kind of a, you know, good item overall, but sold for almost $30, which can be a little surprising sometimes for Urban Outfitters. I think even though it is a brand that's pretty common, a lot of people know this brand or come across it pretty easily, it's definitely not one to ignore. I think it can perform pretty well, actually. It depends, but it can do pretty well. All right, next up is this Smart Wool Merino 150 lace base layer top. This sold in May, so not even winter for this base layer to sell fast for $46 is very solid. Here's the brand tag. And I don't know if I've ever left a Smartwool item behind that I found, except for their socks. I see their socks in the bin sometimes, and I'm always hopeful that there'll be something else close by that's different than socks that's Smartwool. But yeah, I think socks are the only thing I've passed on because this brand does very well. And I mean, sold for almost 50 in a under 30-day turnaround time. So definitely a good brand to be on the lookout for if you're not already. This one I picked up based on the style. Just thought it was a cool type of jacket. It was what is that? Like a windbreaker nylon jacket with this big Looney Tunes graphic. And it was a collab of Looney Tunes and members only, I think is, I guess, the way to put it. And sold for $29, had paint on it, and it still sold for $29. So not bad. Bought it for a couple dollars at the bins, and would definitely grab this again. This one was kind of like a gut instinct one. I didn't know too much about members only, a little out of my wheelhouse, but just thought it'd be a good item to sell, and it was lightweight and didn't weigh much at the bin, so it didn't add much to my total cost. So good sale there. This one was new to me. I think it's pronounced Venezia. Checkered casual button-down collared shirt, and sold for $15. So nothing super crazy, but not bad. Had that kind of picnic tablecloth look, check print. So good sale. It was a nice big shirt, but yeah, not bad. Let me know if you found this brand before, if you've heard of it. It looks like a vintage kind of a tag, so probably an older item. Then I sold this cool organic cotton casual button-down shirt for $20. And Cool is a great brand to be on the lookout for. It doesn't sell for a ton necessarily, but if I'm finding it at the bins, I do like to grab it. The organic cotton factor may have helped this one, but these are some good items from this brand, or there are some good items from this brand, so it's a good one to grab if you find it, or look into it more, of course, but definitely a good brand. Then next is this Mountain Hardwear waterproof rain jacket in a beautiful royal blue color. So I do pass on Mountain Hardwear pretty often, but I thought this was a good item. Pretty, actually very good condition. So sold for $32. I think it was at the bins that I got this one. Most of these are at the bins, if you couldn't tell already. That's definitely where I thrift the most. So yeah, I paid $1.45, listed it at $40. Primal Store sent out offers to Lakers for 20% off. So it sold for $32, took $2.02 out of my profit for shipping, and left me with $22.13, sold in 23 days. Just a handful more to go. So this is a Free People It Feels Right sarong midi skirt. This sold for $35 on Poshmark and was a much quicker flip than I anticipated, because Free People can at times sit, and it usually does sell. I don't typically, have to donate Free People items after them not selling for a while, but they don't typically sell quite that fast. But that was a good sale, good item, and I think the time of year, just the seasonality factor, helped that one. It was, right before summer started, so people were starting to buy these types of items, but a very good sale, very good profit there. Then next up is this Massimo Dutti 100% linen button front short sleeve top. This sold for $22, and mainly I grabbed it because it's linen, great material to find. I think the only other Massimo Dutti item I have sold was a leather jacket that sold for like $140, I want to say, $130 maybe. So it's a brand that can do very well, but I haven't picked up everything I have found from this brand. It does depend on material, category, condition, things like that. Then this is an Amanda Upperchard Hudson mini dress. I found this one at a church thrift store, and let's see how much I paid for it. I paid $3.99 for it, listed it at $68. So this is one of those that I priced up a little bit and then I accepted an offer. So it sold for $35. Probably could have held out and made a little more, but the profit was very much there and I am happy with that profit, absolutely. So that was a good sale. My pictures weren't even that good on this one, honestly. It's looking pretty dark, but I have a hard time photographing white items and it's still sold, so I'll take it. Alrighty, then this pair of Vuori Ponto Performance pants in a dream knit material sold for $55 on Poshmark. A very quick flip. There's the tag. I love finding Vuori lately, especially items in good condition or newer styles, and especially bigger sizes. Can definitely do well. $55 for a pair of used sweatpants is great in my book. So I highly recommend looking for Vuori if you're not already on the lookout, or looking into it if you come across it. Not all items can sell for quite that much, but some obviously can, so it's a brand to look into if you come across it. Next is this pair of Gymshark Vital Seamless 2.0 cycling shorts. These were a bins pickup, paid right around $2, flipped them for $15. Not bad at all. Gymshark doesn't sell, for a ton, but it is a brand that people are still on the lookout for. It's a good gym brand or, gym apparel brand. So these I was happy to find. They didn't even have the tag. I think I mentioned that probably, missing brand care tag. And found a good stock photo. So good flip, very quick. Nothing crazy, but again, decent. And then this just sold one day ago, Burberry London Men's Logo t-shirt. So I was given this one to flip, so my cost of good was $0 for this one. Sold for $47. Great sale, very fast. Got a decent amount of attention for only being listed for a day or two with it selling. Let's see, 2 days. Really quick flip. This was had it priced at $68 and it sold for $47. So still very solid. Just a pretty basic t-shirt, but with the Burberry logo, someone is willing to pay almost $50 for that. So I will take it. That is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you again to PrimeLister for sponsoring the video. So if you do want to sign up to try out PrimeLister, you get a 14-day free trial using the link in my description box. And then if you do decide to sign up after that, you get 30% off of your first month. So I hope you guys have a very good rest of your day. Let me know any questions down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video.